So today we are really looking at the concept of we want to be able to teach our clients how to take their own selfies with a smartphone, at least for the duration of our lockdowns and social distancing, right? After that, we have to remember that smartphones will never be as good as a proper Iridology camera setup. Your smartphone is only going to be a 12 to 15 megapixel. You don't have control over the lighting and over the ambient lighting. If you've got a proper Iridology camera setup, you've got control over all kinds of things, from shutter speed to f-stop to the amount of light to just everything. So you really want to remember that what I'm teaching you today is only to get us through lockdown. All right. So what you need is they need a smartphone, something that has at least a 4x zoom and that has the highest resolution possible for their camera. So at least a 10 megapixel. I'd prefer a 12 or a 15 if we could get it. All right. They also need a mirror and a phone stand or some kind of something to hold their stand up or their phone up on. So now I'm going to turn the camera around. What I'm going to do is pop this around this way. So you're going to, don't get seasick on me here, folks. Okay, because we're going to do this so you can see what I'm doing. All right. So I'm hoping that I've got everything aimed where we need it. I will try to monitor this. So what I've got is I've got my smartphone. I have this cute little stand. I think I got this off Amazon. You can probably get it at your local hardware store, your local camera shop. I mean, shop local, right? So get it as locally as you can. Just a little camera stand that comes apart and does all kinds of cool things. But you want this because when you're using a 4x zoom, every little wiggle shows up as a blur. Right? And we don't want blur. We want something that's really, really clear. We're going to turn our phone on, set it up for camera, and we want the mirror because we're going to use the mirror to help us focus things. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is I need to come in here and set my camera for a 4x magnification. Okay, so we've got that set for 4x magnification. And I think I need to bring this camera back a little bit. I've got two cameras going here, one for the webinar and one for Instagram. All right. So, and I'm going to try to watch this. Okay, I think you can see what I'm doing here. So I want the camera turned so that it is actually, no, got that wrong. I want it turned this way. So I want it turned so that the front-facing camera is facing me. And I still need it on the 4x magnification. Then on 4x, we turn it so that the front-facing camera is facing me. Make sure it's nice and vertical. Then I am going to come in and I'm going to find my eye in the camera. And I'm taking a picture of my left eye. My right eye is looking at the mirror to help me tell whether I'm in focus or not. Right? And some people need to prop their eyes open. I kind of do. And this also lets me see where my button is for my camera. Okay. So let's look at what's right and what's wrong with this image. We've got an awful lot of interference, of light interference from the room. So what we want to try to do then is we're going to turn off the room lights. And we're going to see if we can actually make this work with no room light, because we don't need all this light interference, right? So let's give this a go again. We're going to turn the camera around the right way. We're going to come in nice and close. And what we're finding is we're very pixelated. It's not going to work. I don't have enough light there. Can I do it with the other light in the room? And once again, we're getting a lot of light interference from the room. So it's not a really great photo. All right, so what are other options? Well, let's try. Now, it's really important that you see this, and you may be thinking, well, this is tedious. And the answer is, heck yes, it sure is. It is very tedious, but you don't know what setting, what your clients have available. And so you need to be able to walk them through different possibilities to help set them up properly. Okay, so let's try with a pen light. That one's not bad. That one's actually pretty usable. Okay, so there you go. And so that's what you have to do. It takes time, it takes patience. You have to be willing to work things through and to play with this to find the best option.